Think about it. You are drowning in takes, instant analysis, a fire hose of interpretations, spraying every event. Now, picture Nietzsche watching this deluge. A wry smile, perhaps, because right here, in Beyond Good and Evil, specifically Part 2, The Free Spirit, Aphorisms 37 through 40, he dismantles this very human itch. He challenges us with a radical, almost jarring thought. What if clarity demands not more light, but strategic shadows? What if real truths are dangerous creatures and profundity itself needs a disguise, a mask? To survive the glare of the shallows, get ready to interrogate how we twist the past, the very substance of truth, and whether depth must, inevitably, hide in plain sight. Nietzsche kicks things off, does he not? In Aphorism 37, he swats away that simple-minded, God is refuted, but the devil is not. He scoffs, who the devil is forcing you to use popular idioms. It is pure Nietzsche, a first strike against lazy thinking, against the handcuffs of worn-out phrases. This is not just wordplay, it is a declaration. Resist the easy answers, the prefabricated thoughts that masquerade as understanding. Then, a sharp turn, brilliant, to the French Revolution in Aphorism 38. Not the history lesson, mind you, but a masterclass in interpretation. He paints it as a Deluge, gruesome and pointless farce, intentionally shocking, of course, onto which noble and enthusiastic spectators projected their own righteous fury, their own cherished ideals. The reading, fueled by passion and a safe distance, swallows the event itself. The text is buried. A powerful insight, would you not say? History, perhaps any big event, becomes this overwritten manuscript, constantly revised by later agendas. Nietzsche pushes harder. Maybe a noble posterity must misunderstand the entire past just to stomach looking at it. And then, the knife twist question. Were we not ourselves this noble posterity? Does knowing that shatter the whole damn thing? We are forced to look in the mirror. Are we honestly seeking truth in history, or just crafting a usable past? Sweetened? Sanitized? Perhaps falsified? And here is the kicker. Let us leap beyond just historical memory. Look at the sheer velocity of information today. In this hyper-connected chaos, is not this very process, interpretation, overwhelming the text, accelerated to warp speed? Events, ideas, people, instantly shattered and reassembled through countless lenses, feeds, news cycles, algorithms. The text, the thing itself, barely breathes before it is suffocated by commentary. Commentary, often driven by the same indignations and enthusiasms Nietzsche flagged. Is it possible the noble posterity is not generations away anymore? Is it happening right now, concurrently, constantly rescaling reality through layers of instant, often wafer-thin, interpretation? Our very communication tools seem designed to amplify this dynamic, making the thing itself a perpetual ghost. Now, Aphorism 39 veers sharply, straight into the tangled mess of truth, virtue, and happiness. Nietzsche demolishes the idealists, those who neatly package the true with the good and beautiful. Happiness and virtue, he declares flatly, are not arguments. But, and this is vital, neither are unhappiness and evil counter-arguments. A critical pivot point. Something could be true, he insists, punching through comforting illusions, even if it is harmful and dangerous to the highest degree. He even muses that existence might be wired so that complete knowledge leads to annihilation. The strength of a spirit, then, measured not by clinging to cozy beliefs, but by how much of the PB truth he could withstand, how much it needs dilution, veiling, sweetening, dumbing down, outright lies. He then posits provocatively that the evil and unhappy might actually be better hunters for certain truths, possessing a harshness, a coming vital for insight. Now, careful here, his evil is not a call for conventional wickedness. Think intellectual brutality, a willingness to stomp on sacred cows, a capacity for ice-cold observation that slices through sentimentality. It connects directly to Stendhal's stunning image. The philosopher must be sec, clair, sans illusion, dry, clear, without illusion. The comparison to a successful banker? Deliberately shocking, designed to offend that German taste for hazy idealism. The banker, Stendhal implies, and Nietzsche amplifies, has a crucial skill, the power to see clearly into what is. This is not about praising capitalism. It is about valuing a cognitive style, cold, objective clarity, aimed squarely at reality, no matter how ugly. Let us really wrench this Stendhal connection open. What if this banker's clarity is not just personal temperament, but mirrors a kind of structural logic woven into modernity itself? The logic of pure utility, maybe? The detached calculation driving vast systems, economic, technological? Nietzsche seems to whisper that genuine philosophical insight, the kind that shatters illusions, demands a similar methodological chilliness, a temporary suspension of our moral or aesthetic desires, just to brutally see what is. It is a tough, perhaps even dehumanizing perspective, hinting that profound insight might demand the very fragmentation we fear, adopting the dryness to see clearly, even at a human cost. And this flows straight into Aphorism 40. The masks, everything. Profound love's masks, Nietzsche proclaims. The deepest currents resist being pinned down. They hate images and likenesses. He conjures the resourceful shame, hiding vulnerability behind coarseness or misdirection. Picture the man with something precious and vulnerable to hide, rolling through life like a heavy hooped wine cask. This is not just social gamesmanship, it is the physics of depth itself. Profundity, he suggests, needs a protective shell. Even speech becomes camouflage, a way to keep silent. Crucially, the mask is not always chosen. It grows, constantly around every profound spirit, thanks to the consistently false, which is to say, shallow, interpretation of every word, every step, every sign of life he displays. The world forces a mask onto depth, simply by refusing, or failing, to grasp complexity. The free spirit might even use this imposed mask, letting a phantom wander in his place, to guard an inner sanctum, a dance between deliberate strategy and inevitable fate. This necessity of the mask, it rings with a strange power today, does it not? Awe. In a culture fixated on radical transparency, raw authenticity, instant self-revelation, especially online, Nietzsche throws down a challenge. Does this relentless demand for legibility actually kill profound thought? Thought that might need withdrawal, ambiguity, even strategic feints to grow? Could the mask, far from being simple deceit, be a crucial technology for intellectual incubation? Perhaps that subtlety of shame is not just about hiding flaws, but shielding the fragile, unformed, perhaps world-altering idea from the premature glare of judgment and simplification. The mask, less a lie, more a prerequisite for depth, in a world rushing towards the superficial. So, Nietzsche leaves us wrestling with these unsettling phantoms, interpretation obscuring reality, truth potentially lethal and divorced from comfort, profound insight demanding concealment. The mask, we have seen the hazards laid bare, the traps of shallow reeds, the dangers of deep dives. But if this is the landscape, how do we possibly navigate it? Next time, in Aphorisms 41 through 43, Nietzsche pivots. From diagnosis to prescription, he explores the brutal self-testing needed for independence, for command. He dangles the provocative idea of a new breed of philosophers, those daring enough to forge judgments beyond the mob's craving for common truths. Are you ready? Ready to consider what it really means to test yourself, to potentially become one of these rare future thinkers?